Alright, so yeah, I'm back after the weekend. I think the last stream I did was like 3 days ago or whatever. So we have some UI improvements, and I'm going to turn off the music really quickly because there's also some... I hope people can hear me. Yeah, okay. So we got some little sound effects too. So now we got Harden Gunt. We also have Kill Stream Kick, and we can see all of the spell things it takes, and these are just reading off the CSVs that I've mentioned in previous videos. We also have this thing over here, which I have to fix, but it should show the player stats, so we can click around at different players. Let's click on DSP, and we'll see him highlighted.
Oh my god, now I'm getting pissed. Fuck this guy.
And so, yeah, we have that. We go over here, and we can see we got DSP, we have Beg and Snort, which are his attacks. We also have the health, and I need to clearly label what the rest of those are and make them a little bigger. And then we have his attacks down here. We have Snort, and we have Beg, so that's pretty awesome. We got those in there. If I go to Wings, we can move him over there. And you can hear him whimpering. So everyone, whenever you click on them, they have a voice line. And what I want to do is like maybe light up their character a little bit and then have them turn and face the camera. So it's like a little more clear who's activated. But yeah, we have camp, and then we also have controller toss. So I think that looks pretty good. And then with Cobra, we got Black Flame and Green Smoke. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I can't really do it with Cryax because he's programmed as like an enemy character, so I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, it's not going to change these. So, but yeah. So let me get my notepad out. I had some things that I wanted to do. To-do list. Make players face camera and do a little animation when selected. So let's try and get that done. Let's go to, I guess we'll try Wings. Yeah, we'll do Wings first. And we'll just do a function turn to face camera. And we should be able to get the camera by saying get tree and get first node in group, and it should be HUD. So now if I go to my camera scene, I should be able to see that. And let me turn back on some lo-fi. Or electronic or whatever the fuck this is. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, we need to go to my camera holder. Hold on real quick. It's distracting as shit. Alright, there we go. Good enough. Okay. So, we're now in the camera holder scene, so let me pull that up in the 3D as well, because I'm going to need to take a look at that. Let's close, there we go. Close the plant mesh. We need plant testing, close you. We need the camera holder. Camera holder, there we go. So, let's see, what happens when we click on somebody? It should be in here somewhere. I just can't remember what the function is called. So... camera to target, move camera to player. Alright, here we go. Allow player turn-based clicks. So whatever we click on here then goes to our game manager, and that is where we decide where to Bobo Jenkins. So this is a lolcow video game. It's gonna have, you know, all your favorites in it. You got DSP, we got Ethan Ralph, we got Wings, we got King Cobra, we got Cryax, and basically it's gonna be like Baldur's Gate. They all have abilities and shit, and they can like fight it out, and there's gonna be like a storyline. Yeah. So I mean, why you would make this, I don't know. I just have a, you know, particular strain of autism, so this is what's happening. So we're gonna go. Let's see. Let's go back to King Cobra in the game manager, and we need to do what now? We need to check whenever we click on a player in the 3D here. So whenever we click on a player, our camera tells us what we clicked on, and that sends it to our game manager. So now we're in the game manager, and we need to figure out what happens when that does happen. So it's probably down here. Update active character. Okay, here, yeah. Now I remember. So this is when we actually update whatever character we're playing. So this is where I want to put our thing that makes us face the camera. So all we have to do down here is just say active character instance. This will be a reference to whatever character we just clicked on in the game world. So that'll be our active character instance, and we can actually call functions on that because it's a kinematic body. So we'll call the function face camera. And yeah, I think that'll be okay. Is that what we called it? Let's go back to, I think it was wings, right? Yeah, we'll just call it face camera. So we get the first node in the group HUD, which is going to be our camera holder. If I go up to the top here, we add it to the group HUD. So the first node in this group is going to be the only one, our camera holder, where we have all of our functions on it. And so I think then we're just going to turn to face this. But we just want to face its X and Y position. We don't want to face it in the Z, well, I guess the Y in Godot. So all we have to do is when we're wings and we're asking for the camera position. So I think we can just say look at, because we just want to look at it once, and it'll be first, let's say var, first node in group. Oh, of course we gotta put a var in here, and this will be cam, and we'll say what do I need? Cam dot position. Yeah, cam dot position, and you know what we'll do? I'm being retarded about this. All right, so we're going to control X, and then we'll put that here, and then we'll get rid of that, and this will say cam position. So we will get our tree, get the first node in the group HUD, which will be our camera holder. We'll then get the position of the camera holder, and we'll save it as camera position. So then we're going to look at that, but I think we only want to look at the just the X and the Z, right? Not the Y, because the Y would make our character model like look up in the air, and we just want it to face the like as if it was on the ground. So I think what I'm going to do is say look at, and our target is going to be cam position dot X, cam position X, Y, and Z, right? So this one will be 0 in the middle, and then we'll say cam position dot Z, I believe. because those are the two we want to do. And then we're going to say vector 3 dot up, because this is the normal direction. So too many arguments. Oh, that's right. This needs to be encapsulated here. And we'll call that a vector 3 right there. Nice. So I have some enemy AI. I might have broken my buttons, but we'll try them with Cobra real quick, just so I can show you. But basically what it does is it'll, whenever it's time for like the enemy to attack, it just finds like groups of enemies and it tries to go for the lowest health enemies and kill them. And it'll assess whether it's got like a multi-attack, whether it can hit like multiple people, or whether it can only hit like one person. And if it can only hit one person, it goes to the lowest health. And if it can hit multiple people, it goes for like the biggest amount. So yeah, and then I just have a function that moves it to that position and executes the I call it the battle plan, so it goes through like battle increments. But yeah, I kind of showed that off in some of the earlier streams. But we're doing, let's go ahead and load one, and I'll show it. So Cryax is an enemy, and he can fight with us. If this is ever going to load, it's going to take a second. All right, nice. So I'm going to select Cobra. Oh shit. That's right. Yeah, I was busy doing something. Let's try it anyway. I just need to get rid of that. Alrighty. But yeah, basically the AI is just, it also checks how much movement. I'm still trying to figure out the movement. I'm basically giving everyone like a base 35 movement, and then if you have more speed, it'll like add on to that. But yeah, it's just basically checking positions, checking for the lowest health enemy, and then it will sort that out and find it. Yeah, it is coming along. I want to add I want to add more models. I want to add like Nick Rekieta or like Teddy Feezer or like even DBDR or just like some more people to make fun of. But I gotta like finish what I already have, you know. And then I've got a small cutscene that I've been making, but I don't know if it's ready yet. So let's try it again. We got Cobes there. Let me move this up a little bit so we can move down and we'll get into Cyrax's view. So now Cyrax is thinking. He enters the turn. We have our battle manager up here, which like shows the turn order.
I will destroy you. Yo, look 5-1, bitch.
And he's using his stink attack. And then it's got a radius, but it's hard to see. I need to change it up a little bit.
Temper over these stupid fucking assholes.
So now it's Cobe's turn, and this is like my movement meter over here. And the problem is it overfills now. So like if I move a little bit, it probably won't go down. But then if I move a little bit further, you can see it start to go down. So that's like the movement meter. And then I have 2 spells here. So I'm going to use green smoke. And yeah, it's basically Cobe smokes some weed and heals all of his allies. And then I have the black flame here, which I don't know why Ethan's hollering. That's kind of a mistake. But now I can set Cyrax on fire. So that's about as far as I've gotten in the combat. And I need to add more enemies so we have more people in the turn order. Because right now, DSP and Wings are both like good cows, I guess. And like you can control Ralph. He's a player character as well. So I need to get like, I got Dickers and I need to put him in. I have his model and shit. I just haven't put him into the game. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this UI. That took most of my weekend. I gotta fix that one though. It's a big error. But anyway, let's get them to face the camera whenever we select them. So let's go back to the game manager. Yeah. All right. Game manager. So we need to active character instance, face camera. Yeah. Yeah, the UI, I think I made it all in GIMP, and it's like, GIMP's free, but you can still do like some cool shit with it. So, all right. So now we need to go to each character and make sure we have that. So we are working on wings first, I believe. Uh, camera.x 0. All right, so we're getting the X and Y and Z position of the camera, and then we're going to feed that to our look at function, which should make us look at the camera. And then we're going to say anim player dot play, and we got to select something here. I think frustrated is the good one because that makes him look like he's talking. So we want something that like introduces his voice line. So I guess we'll try that out now. And I might as well just copy this and paste it in the others. So instead of frustrated, I'm sure DSP's, I think he has one called talking. Or maybe beg or, yeah, talk. There we go. Nice. So we'll then go to old the Ralph male who was pretty pretty drunk last night. I wonder if he's on right now. I'm gonna have to check in a minute. Uh, yeah, and what do we have for Ralph? We got he could dance. He loves to dance, man. Um, I think we'll do a roar. No, man, I need some type of a. Damn, he doesn't have like a talking. I'm gonna have to get more animations for him. But yeah, I guess we'll say roar for now because that's what he goes a hollering. And then King Cobra should be our last one, so we'll go there and we need to select explain. Well, at my job, I run a like a laser machine that cuts out fabric. But yeah, I ran a lot of CNC equipment. That was mainly what I did is like material handling and CNC stuff. That's what I like pretty much done all my career. But let's give this a try. We'll go to start screen. And yeah, Ralph was doing real good last night. I don't even know what drugs he's on. How's it going? Yeah, fellow Godot players. All right, it's loading. It's going to take a second. All right, there we go. Load game. Now they should all face the camera when we look at them. When we click on them, select them. We'll have to try wings first. So we'll click on
Ban
wings.
that guy right there.
Nice, I like that. So I gotta add footsteps to wings too. I gotta add footsteps to everyone. Cobra has footsteps, but they're
It
like
is what it is.
Resident Evil footsteps. Alright, so if I'm over here and I click on Ralph.
And I'm better at it than anybody else in this whole fucking sector, from the top on down.
Nice. And then we'll get DSP.
Fuckers.
Yeah, hell yeah. One is just a snort. Let's see if I can get him to do it. There we go. Nice. That's a good old DSP snort. I need to clip like 3 or 4 more of those so I have them all geared up, ready to go.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I got the clip of him crying. But yeah. So let's bring up my notepad. What else do I need to do? Make the player's face camera. That's done. Fix the error when bringing up player stats. Okay, so that is this one. If I select Cobra, we get error here. These still work, but error there. So I just need to find out what's happening there. Um, that is going to be happening in our camera holder. If I go here, this is like our UI. These are kind of old and I'm phasing them out. This is to end our turn. This is our like player selection, so it highlights whoever's playing. And if you click over it, it's going to bring up your stats over here. And then I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this. And then the battle manager, it gets instantiated later by the game manager, the one that like tells you what turn order it is. But I got to make that look a little bit better. It's just going to take a while. And these are all just like noise textures. I didn't feel like making textures for everything in Blender, so I'm like, fuck it, we'll just do that. It's good enough. And yeah, so we'll go here, and I was doing what now? Fixing the error when bringing up player stats. Nice. So let me see. Whenever I hover over, that's what I was going here for. So what is this? Active character texture. I have whenever we hover that, we have this function playing. So where is that? Right here. Um, let's take a look. So we get the username from the image we're actually using. So I need to make sure that this image is named the same as my um, image, is the same as my character in my CSV. So if I go here, this has to be the same as this down here, which it's not, which is why we're getting the error. So let's just rename this to Cobes. So I'm sure it's going to ruin something. I'm not sure what. Oh, yeah, okay. If I go here, I also have these player images. So I just need to change this to Cobes. There we go. And, you know, that might be really shitty coding, but that's how it's done. Does your UI change depending on different screen sizes? Let's try it. We gotta run it again and check that code works anyway. I don't think it will. I think it should stay the same and it should look all shitty, if you know what I mean. No, I think I could anchor it to I think the cheap way to do it for me would be to anchor it to the sides. So like if I anchor one to this side of the screen and then anchor the other UI to that side, I think if I stretch the screen, it'll stay in those corners. And I think that's probably how I'll do it. But so far, no, they don't change with resolutions. So we'll grab one of these and load it up. All right. There we go. So we're in it to win it. We select
I lose
Cobra.
my fucking temper over these
And
stupid
all right, there we
fucking
go. So
assholes.
it works now. Nice. So now we can, oh yeah, the screen size thing. So let's full size it. And yeah, as you can see, it looks really good when it's full-sized. Still works. Works great. I don't know where my other buttons are, but you don't need those. So, so no, it does not work. But other than that, it works great. Looks good. What happens if I make it smaller? They just disappear. So yeah, as professionals do, I've used different techniques to put each one on the screen. So they all respond differently, and I have no idea how to fix that, which is what you want. Um, nice. Yeah, so what were we doing? Let's go back to my notes. Fix the error when bringing up player stats. Was that the only one with the errors? I think so. If not, we're going to consider that completed. I've got to make the tent for wings camp attack in Blender. Okay. So, let's pull up Blender. And do I have the tent picture that I used? Let me see if I can find that. Yes, there we go. So this is a tent I used, and I think I'm just going to have wings peeking out of it. So I got to make this in Blender somehow. So it doesn't seem that hard. I'm going to keep this kind of off to the side on my other screen, and then we'll just go General. I'm just going to delete that, and we'll keep the default cube this time. I think I'm going to go G, Z, we'll bring it up. And what I'm going to do is go to edit mode, hit this top, and I think I'll just bring that in. We'll scale it down a little bit, and I need to bevel all these. I don't know what I'm doing. This might work. This might look like shit. Let's give it a shot. All right, there we go. So that's somewhat of a basic shape. I'm going to actually bring this picture in. So we'll say File, Images as Planes, and I think it's in Barbara's Gate. Should be with spell icons. Yeah, here we go. There we go. We got our tent. So, I guess we're going to have to decide which side to make open. I think it's going to be this side right here. So I'm going to grab this, and I might just grab the knife tool and just kind of shittily cut away. Bam. And then we're going to, well, the audio is very quiet. Is that a little bit louder? I can boost it more. I just don't want it to be too loud. Audio input capture. Yeah, that should be louder. Hopefully that's louder. I'm also going to turn on some music because I forgot that that was not going, or maybe it is. All right. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to delete this face. We'll get rid of that. So how am I gonna do all this shit? So I really don't want to put a lot of effort into this, so I think what I'm gonna do is just have wings kind of like stick his fat body out of the front, and I'm going to see if I can just, if I go GZ, I'll bring that up. I could put a curve and then put the 10 poles like that, so I might do that and then just copy that. So let's go add a curve, a Bezier curve. We'll bring that shit up. We're going to flip it, R on the X 90, and then we'll just go to edit mode. And I'm actually going to hide this for now. I'll go on the Z, and I need to rotate that on the Z to be like there. We'll then go to edit mode, and I can bring this shit down on the Z. And then I'll go over on top of it and bring it like right there. Then I've just got to go to wireframe and select. Oh, okay, there it is. So we should go to the other side of it and just put it down there. And I'm going to go GZ. Then I'm going to rotate it up, and then I'll just subdivide it. So I think I can right click and say subdivide, and then bring this GZ and bring that up there. And that's looking a little better. We just need to get it directly in the middle. And then we'll bend it a little bit. We can straighten these out on this axis. So that looks pretty good. And then I can go to solid. Go to object mode. How much am I going to sell this for? Probably, I don't know. I'm leaning towards like $35 or whatever once I get everything done. I want to have like a story and everything. And then have like add-ons and shit, you know, if it goes well. You know, I mean, the dream would be to have like other people that I could like collaborate with. If I could like find people that I like trusted to make assets and shit. That would be good. And then I would like pay them to do it and, you know, shit like that. But I have like a full-time job that has nothing to do with this. So that's probably a ways off. But yeah. So we got that shit. We now need to go to the resolution shit. Geometry. And we need to make an offset and an extrude. Maybe not an offset. We need our depth. Sorry, I always confuse those. So I think we have too much. So let's go 0.01 and 0.01. We got that. I think I need to go a little bit less. 0.005. And then we'll do the same 0.005. Bam. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. We need to make this curve a little more. Bring this shit down. Let's see. If I bring this down a little bit, and then I also need to like bring it forward. And then I've got to adjust that angle. Nice. There we go. I'm just gonna have to subdivide probably. And then this one, if I go on top and I bring it straight out there.
Cryptic.
And then we'll do that with this too. Nice. I wonder if there's a texture I can use for this on Texture Haven. That would be something I should probably check. So we'll go up here. I just need to straighten this shit out. And then we'll subdivide there. And we'll bring that out and bring this in. Maybe shrink it down just a little bit. And then if I go back up top, I should be able to align it. It's not going to be perfect. All of my other models look like shit, so... Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I got a... I had an internship as a software development intern. And everybody there was like a prick, so I was like, fuck this, I'm going back to working in a warehouse, doing CNC shit. And it's like, I make like decent money there, so it's like, you know, trade work like never dries up, so, you know, what are you gonna do? Nice. So, let's remind ourselves what a tent looks like by going, material, and then Alt-H. There we go. So we have those those little things there. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Let's start adding material to shit. So let's do this. We're gonna go edit mode, and I'm gonna try and make this as simple as possible, but I might have to subdivide it one time. I think that'll look cooler. What if I do subdivision surface? Simple. Wow, well, great. That looks like shit. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm just going to separate out some materials, I think. So we'll go to materials, and I'll just do another one, and we'll just call this mesh for now, and I'll probably find a texture to throw in there, but I just want to show that it's, well, probably not blue. We're going to use blue somewhere else. We'll just put it as a darker color like that. The tent, I think I'm going to have these panels be one color and then the other ones be like a different color. We're going like RuneScape rules here. So I'm going to add another material, and we're going to say tent A. We'll tent color A, and let me check Texture Haven. Texture Haven.com, which is now Polyhaven, and we go to textures. Do they have a fabric? Nothing that really looks like a tent. I guess we could use could use this normal, I think, and yeah, I think I'm just going to use a normal from this texture and use like a color and see how that works. So if I open this up, I go to textures, get out of here. So let's grab the displacement, the rough, and the normal, and we will extract to, I think I have environment textures. There we go. We'll make a new folder. We'll call this leather, special leather. So we'll say okay. Alright, so then we can import that into Blender. So we'll go to shading, and then we'll add a texture, image texture, open it up. Open, and then we'll go to What did I just say? Desktop. Environment textures. And it was called leather, special leather. I forgot how the alphabet works. Did I not just save it here? I guess I didn't. Oh, there we go. So I want the normal. And instead of putting it in the base color, I want to go to add, and then we'll say normal map. Like a 10 asset for free. Where would I get one of those? I don't know. I normally just make stuff in Blender just because, like, one, it's fun, and then everything kind of matches the same in my game. Whereas it's like if I keep pulling from other people's sources, and then it's like I'm gonna have a whole bunch of assets that don't really fit together very well. I feel like if I make them, they'll all be the same level of terrible, and then people will know me for my unique style. So we're gonna put the normal map in there. We're gonna put a roughness map in too. So we'll go texture, image texture, throw that shit in there. It was desktop, special leather, and then the roughness. So we'll throw that in there. And then if I go to layout, and I think if I do a material preview, oh, I haven't assigned it, and then I need to give it a color. So if I go there, I'm going to use the color picker, and wow, that's a lot darker. I'm going to get rid of that, and we'll lighten it up a bit. It doesn't look perfect, but if I go to the UVs, let me go back and get my shit. We'll go UV. I guess we'll do unwrap. I probably should have done that. Well, Control A, I probably should have fucking scaled everything. Control A, scale. We'll go back, edit, A, UV, smart UV project. See how that handles it. We'll then go to the UV editing and see how this shit looks. So I kind of want to get everything off of that big line right there. So I'm just gonna you know what, for now that's okay, and then we're going to get the bottom and make it gray. So we'll go to layout, edit mode, we're going to hit the bottom here, and I think I'm actually going to delete that. And the reason for that is I want to make a plane and then have that be the texture that's seen, because the other texture isn't going to be seen, because that's going to be the inside of the tent. So this all might if it's got like back face culling, if I'm trying to like save verts and shit, it's probably not going to show from this side, right? I can't remember, but to be safe, I'm going to make an additional plane underneath, and that way I know the normal is up, and yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. So we'll put that like right there. Maybe I'll bring it up just a little bit, and then let's see. Do I want to fucking even... I'm going to do this with some absolute precision. And then we'll just delete them. We'll delete the faces, and then I can grab these. And put them right on in. Yeah, dude. Oh, shit. All right. Material preview. Now we want to say bottom canvas, and we will add the tent color A, and then we're going to make another one, and we'll call it why not call it tent color B? Nice. Okay. And then we're going to make this one like a dark gray. Go to edit mode, and I think I have to control A and scale it, and then UV. Let me go back to layout. Holy shit. Edit mode, and then unwrap. There we go. Now we got a better. There we go. Okay, so I got it selected. We'll make it a darker gray, like that. So it more so matches. Let me go back to edit mode. I forgot to put that back on. We'll go to UV editing. Oh yeah, I'm not in face mode. There we go. Select that face, and we're gonna make that more like this. And then we'll go to material and what did I want to do? Let me go to shading. What can I make this dude not look like dog shit? Gonna up the strength of that a little bit. Actually, I kind of like the way that looks a little better. And we're going to then take these colors here on the side, this material, and we're actually going to change that to the tent color, and then we'll make a new one, and we'll do tent color C. Get rid of the 001, and then we're going to make that a nice green, just a very nice green. And then let's go to edit mode and just get rid of these shits here. Well, not get rid of, but we'll go to UV editing, and we just want them over here. So that's looking better. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just take maybe these, and what would happen if I just E a little bit, and then E, and then S. So they just have a little bit of a lip to them right there. I think that's fine. And then what I'm gonna have like Wing's body kind of like hanging out of the side of this thing, because the attack is called like camp, and it's gonna increase his range. So I think that'll work fine. I don't know how it'll probably look stupid and goofy, but you know, it's kind of the thing. Now we need to let's make these red and yellow things up there and have a little tie on it. That'll look very pretty for Wings. So we're going to make this one red, and then we're going to make this one yellow, little kitty colors. Nice. All right, so now we have to have like some type of thing that connects these. How are we going to do that? Probably just a simple cube. Probably a plane, actually. What am I doing? You know what? I bet I can do it. Yeah, let's do a plane. Alright, how am I envisioning this in my head? So let me go R, X, 90, bring it up, bring it over here. So I'm just thinking I'm going to kind of fold it in half here. I'm going to subdivide it right in the middle. So if I go to edit mode and I just, you fuck. There we go. There we go. I thought I had that selected. All right, there we go. Nice. So I'm then going to select the whole thing and just shrink it down on the Z. Shrink the whole thing down. I'm gonna come up. You know what? Let me take this whole thing right here, the entire shape, and I'm going to R until that is on this X-axis. I think that's going to help me incredibly. And then I'll go back to my plane here. I'm going to say Alt-R and Alt-G, bring it over, and then bring it back out over here. And now I can rotate this the way that I want it, and I think that'll make it easier for me. So let's go R90 on the wireframe, and then R90 here. There we go. That's how I want it. Now we've got to bring that shit up and bring it forward on the X-axis. We're going to tilt it, bring it back out. So it's going to be like right there. Yeah, and then we will bring that there. Oh shit, my music. My tunes, dude. You know, I don't understand. I paid for this service. I just keep the shit playing. Like, just keep the shit playing. Alright, there we go. So, now we want to go here. So I guess we're going to shrink it in the Y, because we want to have these like right there. And I just want to probably, I think I can just grab these sides like this and like that. And I'm going to go to this transform orientations, and I think I'm going to do it off normal, and I think I'm going to do this one and grab individual origins, I want to say, and then if I E, there we go. So it should be like, if I go on the Y, X, there we go. That's what I fucking want right there. And then I can scale this on the Y, X, Z. Okay, so let me get those options off and then scale it. And that's what I want to happen. And then we'll scale it on the Y there, and let's see that in solid. So now we kind of got that shape, and we can hit E. Maybe I didn't need to do all that stupid shit. There we go. I can just hit Z in that direction. We'll face it on the Y, and then we'll just go like this. And I think we can just S on the Y and bring them in. And we'll just bring them in until they're like touching, basically, like right there. And then we'll just put them inside of the fucking tent. So like that. So there we go. And then of course I can grab these and shrink them. Probably on the Z, X, S, X. And then we'll just bring it in a little bit further down yonder. Free of any axis. Nice. So, I'm going to grab that and say shade smooth, and then, actually we're going to grab the whole thing and say, shade smooth, And let's see how that looks. Kind of like crap, but looking a little bit better. And then we need to make these. What color were these in a little thing? Okay, so we'll make them red. And instead of having it come all the way down, we're just going to make one here and make one there. And we'll just put that as red. And then we'll shift D. And bring that down and rotate it. And it totally doesn't match up. Awesome. Let me go back to wireframe and we'll bring it in. Put it like that. Now we're cool. Right there. And then I'm going to grab both of them and hopefully we can shift D and then R on the Z, 180. G on the X, we'll bring these over. Hopefully that should be pretty close. G on the X again. Pretty fucking close right there. Bring it over here. Nice. So now we need to do it on the yellow one. So maybe we can select everything there. Shit. All right. And then we'll say Shift D, R, Z. Bam, look at that. We're too cool for school, and then we just need to change that to yellow. Okay, it only changed that one. Yellow. Yellow. And yellow. And then that looks pretty decent to me. I kind of wanted to do this mesh top, or at least leave it a little open at the top. So I think what I'll do is maybe make that a little darker and then just yeah, maybe what if we just delete that and then kind of bring these in a little further. S to scale them in, and then maybe have like another set of these up top. I think that's the way to go. So I'm just going to Shift D, G, and Z, bring one up, then we'll rotate it, and I think I'm going to press G to bring it like right about there. Maybe scale it up just a little bit so it fits a little better. And I'm also going to make this into the mesh coloring, and I'm just going to move it over so it fits perfect. And then we'll Shift D, R on the Z, 180. And we'll say G on the Y and bring it back to about right there. And then we'll shift it around and move it up. And we'll grab both of them, Shift D, R on the Z, and we can spin it. And can we hit it? Yes, I believe we can. On the X, Y. There we go. So, that looks a little better. Material preview. Nice. So, Oh, then use the mirror modifier. Yeah, that would have been a good way to do it. Apply the transform of those handles so the origin is 0, and then use the mirror modifier. Yeah, that could have been a very productive way to do it, but you know, I chose to do it the dumb way, and I stand by that decision. That's good enough for me for right now, I think. What can I put up top on this mesh? I need some type of texture. Let's go back to Texture Haven. Damn. Yeah, really not a whole lot here that I could use. What if I just go to mesh, texture, transparent. All right. I'm saving an image now. Alright, so now let me open that image up in GIMP and take out the transparency of it. I saved this texture here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to clear it out in GIMP. It's probably not an actual PNG, so let's go File, Open. It should be in here. Modified. Maybe it is in Documents. Spell icons. There we go. So we open that up. Oh wow, is it actually a PNG? Holy shit, it is. Okay, so let's just try opening that up here. Image texture, we'll open it. We'll go to Barbara's Gate, spell icons, that one there. Now we need to change it to alpha, right? Alpha clip. Or does that not work in Blender? I feel like that would have easily worked in Godot, but whatever. We're just going to export it, and we can always figure that shit out later and apply textures later. Use the waterproof modifier for the tent. What does that do? Waterproof. I don't see it. Oh, you just fucking with me? Oh, nice, thanks. Now I look like a retard. You probably need to connect the images node alpha channel to the BSDF node alpha slot. Ah, okay, that would make sense. Shading. We done gonna take, fucker, we're gonna take this right here and connect it on in to the alpha. Look at that. That guy's a genius. Then we'll apply the waterproof modifier right here. Make everything waterproof. No, we're gonna go to UV, unwrap, and then, oh, look at that. Isn't that fancy? Fancy schmancy. We probably do need to have something right here. Fuck it. Well, what happened to my things up top? Did they? Oh, they turned into these too. I selected. Okay, so I'm gonna make all these one object. So Control J, and then I'm going to just make a new material, and then get rid of the old material. There we go. So now we'll make these like just a black, I guess, and we'll turn the roughness all the way up. And I'm also going to make them smaller. So A, S on the X. I want to do individual origins, I think. normal and individual origins, and then if I S and shrink everything, there we go. Looks a little better. I kind of like that. And then we'll have wings inside of here. So let's get that exported. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to save this. Let's go. I'm just going to call this wings tent. And we'll save that Blender file. And then we're going to, let's go File, Export, GLTF. We'll go to Godot Project. I'm going to go to Wings. Where are you at, Wings? There we go. Wings. We'll go to Props, and then we'll export. It's a high quality tent, yeah. I mean, I don't really like the leather texture we used, but it's, you know, what are you gonna do? It's like I could find another tent texture, but it would take time, so we're just gonna do a simple wings tent. Nice. So I'm going to start it back up and just demonstrate the UI for a second, but I gotta take a break and get more coffee in a minute. All right. Nice. So it's loading now. Yeah. Yeah, I could. I'm not making tent assets. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't know. I've seen the people that make the tent assets for well, not tent assets, but people who like do make assets for a living, and they basically say you just gotta find a trend and then like, you know, adhere to it and make tons of them. I'm sure with AI though, like this shit's gone crazy. Like there's like you know, 3D do they have like I'm sure they have 3D generation of some type of like STL files. Do I feel like I'm gaining more and more momentum with Godot? Yeah, I really like the Godot engine. That's basically how I learned to program. So yeah, I think Godot is going pretty well. Yeah, so I was just going to demonstrate some of this UI for people who weren't here. But yeah, we got Cobra selected. We can view his stats here. Those green smoke and black flame, those are his attacks. We have green smoke, and then we got black flame. If we go over here to wings,
Ban that guy right there.
when you click on them, they have a little catchphrase they do. So we made the tent for his camp attack right here. So he's going to spawn a tent on himself and then hide inside the tent. Yeah, GD script was the first language I learned. Controller toss. Yeah, and then he's going to throw a controller with this one. I already have the controller model made. We got Ralph.
One, bitch.
And then we'll have Hard and Gunt as well as Killstream Kick. So we have those two. I gotta get a kick attack for him, and we still need to fix his stats. I forgot about that. And then we got DSP here.
I'm pissed at this fucking stupid game.
Yeah, and then we got Snort, and we have Beg. So, and then we got his stats over here. And then I think
I'm pissed at this fucking stupid game.
let's see, he's got a Snort in there. It's really funny.
I couldn't dodge. Look. This is how you dodge. You hold the button and you go like this. It doesn't fucking work. I'm gonna smash this fucking thing. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh?
Uh-oh.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed at this fucking
Yeah, anyway, it's in there
game.
somewhere. What do you think of Humanizer? I've never actually heard of that. What is Humanizer? Is that like the speech software or some shit? But anyway, I have to go grab a cup of coffee, so I'm going to leave this on the screen for a minute. And I'm going to leave that there. And I'll be right back. Should probably be like 3 or 4 minutes. Hold on, let me throw some shit up. BRB, 5 minutes. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'll be right back, everyone. All right, I'm back. Do I need permission to do the voices? Well, I probably would, but the thing is, like, most of these people are so poor they can't do anything about it. Ralph is probably right now on stream, high out of his mind on Xanax, screaming in some Mexican hovel. So it's like there's nothing, literally nothing he can do. Uh, and then let's see, Cobra. Poor Cobes has been huffing air duster most of his life, so there's not much going on up there. I mean, if I find a way to give Cobes some residuals from this, I swear I will, because I feel bad for him. DSP deserves nothing. We can spit on DSP all we want. I mean, he makes an entire living off of playing video games and, like, having his wife pay his bills, so, it doesn't really matter. And Wings is, like, on the lolcow podcast, so I don't think he has a lot of money. The lolcow podcast is not doing so good. And Boogie faked cancer, so, I mean, it can't be, yeah. So, am I going to pay for any of these voices? Absolutely not. Except for maybe Cobra. If I find a way to give him some money, I will. And when did I start using Godot? I started using Godot probably about like 7 years ago. I started with Umai Pixel back in the day. And who was that other guy? Mizizzy. I started watching his videos and shit like that. What was I gonna do? Let's bring up the notepad. Oh yeah, the tent for Wings. So now we need to spawn that tent on Wings. Let's do that. Let's actually make the tent scene first. So let me get my music back up, and I'm gonna get some a little more pump up. Let's get something to keep me awake. Some electronic. There we go. If it'll ever load. Nice, there we go. Alright, so 3D scene, and we're gonna bring in our tent. Oh yeah. It's fucking getting cool now. bring that shit in. We go to transform. I think we need to set it to 0, and then we can make that a local. Make it local. And I like how we named it Wings Tent. Makes it very clear who it belongs to. The mesh imported pretty good. I think it's like, you know, Super Mario 64 braid. You know, damn, I thought I forgot to convert these curves to meshes, and they even came in with the thing on them. That's insane. That wouldn't have happened in the old one. Old Godot. Godot 3. Nice. Okay. That's pretty fucking cool. So we're gonna name this to tent. And then we're gonna save. And we're gonna save this in wings props. So every character has props, and we save them to use them during battle. So I also need to make a controller for wings. So I'm going to do that as well. I already have that one mapped out. So if I go to, not mapped out, but I already had the GLB made. So if I bring in my controller, I have that there. And it's pretty simple. It's just a like a cutout. So it's the same on both sides, but he's just going to throw it. That's going to be one of his attacks. So we'll just bring it in. And I'm going to set the transform to 0. And yeah, we'll say control. We'll just say wings controller. Or, you know, I think we should rename this. Oh, we got to make it local. Make local. And I'm just going to put that underneath there and then get rid of that, because there's no need to have it. And we'll call this controller mesh, and then we'll call this controller. And then we're going to save it, and we'll save it in the props folder as our controller.tscn. We'll then go back to our tent, and what I want to see is how big is our tent compared to wings. So we're going to just link it in. So we'll put up tent, bring that on in. We're very teeny tiny compared to big old fat wings. So let's go to transform on that tent, and we'll kick it up to 20. That's not bad. What if we kick it down to 15? What if we go to 10? That's kind of more the comical setting that I'm looking for. And what type of animation do we have to show that wings is up in that tent? Let's take a look. So we have a sit. That's pretty good. That's a contender right there, and then we can make the tent a little bit smaller. What if we go to a 7? What if we go to a 9? Dude, that'd be fucking good if just his bald spot's peeking out. Yeah, dude. Alright, so like 8.5. Fuck yeah, dude, that's fucking perfect. And then we'll have it like right there. Let's see that animation wings. Yeah, dude, that's fucking good. Make it so that when you go in the tent, you become an overweight pig. Oh, you've never heard of any of these guys? These are lolcows. You got to go to like Kiwi Farms or YouTube or whatever, and you if you want a whole explanation of lolcows. But yeah, it's like a whole fucking thing to him. But yeah, I like that animation right there. He looks very scared. Looks like a looks like he's in fucking prison. Nice. Okay. So we just need to make that happen. So we need a function spawn tent and func spawn the tent. Nice. We'll bring this on over, and we have to make an onReady variable to our tent. So onReady var tent model, and we'll say load, and and I think we can just load the scene of our tent. So if I go over here and I type tent in, and then I bring that right there, that's our TSCN, not our GLB, by the way. We can then go here and say var tent equals tent model dot instantiate, which I always spell wrong, and then we gotta set it to the scale that we have. Is lolcow an oppressed group? I don't know, it depends on who you ask. It depends on which one. I'm sure they'd all make that claim. What am I... See, I'm thinking if I want to save... yeah, I basically want to save the... whatever the scale is of the tent model right now, right? So I go to the tent model. So I just gotta make sure to set that position, and then I'll set our scale. So I think they're both vector 3s. So we'll just do scale, and then we're gonna do, oh wait, no. We're gonna call it use scale, so we don't name it the same as a property in Godot, and we'll set that equal to a vector 3. And what was it again? We click our tent 8.5, so we'll go 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. All right, and then we're going to just Control C and Control V, and we'll say use position. Use position, and then we just need to set that equal to 0 and 0, and then on the Z we want to set it equal to 0.818 to account for the sitting position of where wings will be. And then we're going to, I guess we should add it as a child of ourselves and then delete it, right? Yeah, why not? Add child, and we'll say tent, and yeah. It might move with us, so we might have to set it top level. We might have to do that. We'll just say tent. Yeah, add child tent. I don't think we have to do anything else. Oh, we have to set its position to those things. So we say tent dot position equals use position, and tent dot scale equals use scale. Wowee. And I think we can put it before we add it as a child. I'm pretty sure we can do that because it already is instantiated, right? I don't know. We're going to give that a go. And so whenever we press our B button, let me see how I have that coded. So now I'm coding for the actual button press when we press the camp button here. And let's see what that function looks like. So if I click our guy, we got a spell B. Our node on pressed, on spell B pressed. Let's go to that in the script. So we have a game manager, spell B pressed. Awesome. Let's go check out what that does. So we're just going to Control C, and then we'll hit this. We'll go to our game manager, and then we'll Control F and search it on there. So we just take our active turn combatant, and then we attack with spell B, which is going to be an issue if we're not inside the game. So what we're going to say is active character instance dot attack. See, the thing is, this is all made for turn-based combat, so I can only activate it during turn-based. Yeah, let me go here. Sorry, that music was like, it was like la 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 la. Fuck that shit. Alright, activate character instance, attack with spell B. So this is going to be whatever character we've currently clicked on, and it's going to attack with spell B. So we need to add that now in wings. So we're back full circle. As above, so below. We go back to wings, and where do we have the spawn? Where's the fucking tent? There is the tent. Okay, so now all we need to do is we need to have the attack with spell B. We need to go Control C, and I need to make sure that exists in our wings script. So we go back, and let me plug it in and see if it causes an error. So, okay, we didn't already have it, because it's not causing an error. So now all we need to do here is just put spawn tent. There we go. And that should only happen once, and let's put a little sound effect there. So let's go to, I guess, open game art. Yeah. Yeah, let's open game art. Fucking sound effects. Fucking, say like a canvas. That's the word I'm gonna search. Canvas. Let's see, sound effect. Let's just search, damn, what is a good, let's go inventory. If I can get like some fabric sounds, that would be good. Search. Or, maybe fabric. Alright, how do I... Of course I am putting in sound effect pack. A few ambient sounds, footsteps, not what I want. That's not working. Man, what am I gonna put in here? Damn. Shit, just GUI. Let's see what it comes up with. Search. It's gonna take forever because I have like a million tabs open. Alright. 51 sound effects. I just need something that sounds like, you know, like fabric of a tent opening or something to let, I don't know, item handling. Mechanical clicks and buzzes. Various sounds. I think we're going to do this one. Awesome. It's a 7-zip. Wonderful. Close. Nice. So let's just grab the WAVs, copy files to clipboard, and then I'm just going to go to my common sounds here. Open in File Manager and paste these in. And then I gotta go to Wings, and I have a Wings voice. I gotta add another one. Let's go Audio Stream Player, and we'll say Wings Effects. There we go. And then let me get a reference to that going right here at onReady var, and we'll say Wings. What do I call it? Wings Effects. Yeah, Wings Effects Sounds, and then we'll say what that equals. Wings Effects. There we go. Nice. So let's just see what we want to put in there. Let me go to my inspector and we can throw some stuff in there and see what happens. Let's see, we got common sounds. We got some footsteps. We got handle coins, handle small leather. Let's see what that sounds like. It's too short. Item handling. That one's fine. That'll work fine. Alright. Good enough. Yeah, so we're just going to leave that in there, but I probably should tell it which one to play. I'm also going to adjust the pitch scale a little bit. Let's see what happens if I do like... Nice. Okay. So, when we make that tent, when we spawn that tent, we're going to play that sound. So all we got to do is say wings effects sounds dot play. Wowee. So that should spawn our tent, and we might want to put an animation on the tent to make it kind of like shoot up, but for right now we're just going to do that. And we got to tell wings to sit. So we'll do that first. We'll say anim player dot play. And what are we going to do? We're going to sit. There we go. Let's give that a shot. Start screen, and we're going to lock and load. Still loading. Is Godot a cult movement? I don't know. There's I don't know, dude. There's a lot of people that use this where it's like they just make like cutesy pixel art stuff. And it's like, man, you know, you're like, I don't know. You know, so yeah, I guess there's a culty aspect to Godot in some areas, but you know, I think it's just a game engine. But it wasn't very well documented until like a couple years ago. I used to like try and figure shit out in Godot for hours, and now it's like, oh man, I can just go and figure out, oh, that's right, we forgot to get rid of that one. We gotta wait for the whole thing again, because I'm an idiot. Nice, let's get rid of this tent. That tent-a-rooney. Awesome. Oh, great, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I figured I would do some, it's cool that people learn from these. And I'm not just, talking to myself, which would be awesome too. But yeah, let's go to start screen. I'm checking to see if there's a Kino Casino tonight, and it doesn't look like there is. I'm gonna type in the chat, you know, thoughts, thoughts on show tonight. I don't think we're gonna get one. They usually announce at like 7:30. But anyway, what are we doing? We're back to the game. We're fucking loading. All right, there we go. I like that little UI sound too, by the way. There we go. It's a good one. All right, so we'll click on wings. Let me get him somewhere there, and let's hit camp. There we go, dude. Hell yeah. That's perfect. Who would have thought we'd nail it on the first try? Damn. Nice. All right, so now I just need to make sure he can do that during combat and then adjust his stats accordingly whenever we hit that button. But Yeah, for now, I think that'll probably be it. I gotta work tomorrow, so I gotta like go do laundry and shit. But yeah, everybody have a good night. Let me see. Let me put up some text. Happy. What is it? Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, and we will
I'm gonna smash this fucking thing.
we'll go through the round again. I just wanted to show these off one last time. I made all these icons. We got kill stream kick. I gotta get another kick for Ralph. That's probably what we're gonna do next stream.
Fucking social media doesn't give a shit!
And we got that for Cobes. We can do his black flame and his green smoke. We got his stats over here. We got DSP.
I'm pissed at this fucking stupid game.
He was pissed at this fucking stupid game. He can snort and he can also beg. So for the beg, I was gonna make everybody basically pay DSP money on the board, and everybody takes 1 damage, even like teammates. I think that would be fucking funny. Yeah, I'm gonna make this game like you know, just ridiculous and not too serious. So yeah, everybody have a good night.